Hello friends, today I am going to discuss about the immune system in our body. This is related to our current situation. If we have the immune power in our body, we can overcome any of the disease. Let's learn more information about this. The body knows what's good for it. It recognizes its own boundaries, the difference between itself and foreign bodies. It can mount a custom designed defense against an array of invaders, and it seldom forgets an enemy. The immune system governs these uncanny abilities. Without it, no human being would live long. Our environment is alive with bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites ready to take up residence in the warmth of human tissues. The immune system can sometimes recognize and destroy marauding cancer cells too. This intricate defense system is made up of an army of cells, all arising from stem cells in the bone marrow. Some immune cells release large proteins called antibodies into the bloodstream that rush to meet and surround a foreign invader. Others bind to the enemies and attack with a lethal chemical, and still others envelop and consume the offenders. Immune cells multiply in response to a threat and signal other immune cells to join the fight. After successfully fighting of an infection, about a flu, for example, the immune system leaves behind a small contingent of memory cells that stand ready to obliterate that particular strain of influenza in case it comes back even many years later. Let's know about antibiotics. Faced with a bacterial invader that knows and especially virulent, or that is able to establish a beachhead by taking advantage of temporary weakness or injury, the immune system can be overwhelmed. That's where antibiotics come in. Like an airstrike, these medicines reinforce the immune system mission to kill invaders while sparing host cells. Thanks to penicillin proclaimed on World War II era advertisement featuring the image of medic injecting a fallen soldier with a new wonder drug. It was an entirely reasonable claim for the world's first truly potent antibiotic capable of clearing away diseases that had plagued humanity for countless generations, from pneumonia and gonorrhea to wound infections, once treatable only with ghastly round of surgical drainage. Penicillin was discovered in 1928 when a British bacteriologist first noted the antibacterial properties of the blue mold Penicillin notatum, known as prechrysogenium. It works by interfering with the bacterium's ability to form a cell wall, the outermost layer of a cell found in plants, bacteria, fungi, and algae that protects and strengthens it. That interference prevents the bacterium cell from dividing and multiplying. It eventually bursts. Human cells doesn't have cell walls, so they are unaffected. Other antibiotics interfere with bacteria's production of proteins that support cell functions. In this case, the antibiotic exploits difference between human and bacterial ribosomes, the cell structures that assemble amino acids into proteins. Unfortunately, some bacteria can survive antibiotics. They multiply extremely rapidly and can swap genetic material with one another. This allows them to adapt to threats, including antibiotics. The result? Drug resistant superbugs that make common antibiotics can no longer kill. Let's know more information about vaccines. If antibiotics provide reinforcement for an immune system already besieged by bacterial infections, vaccine offers a kind of advanced warning, arousing the immune cells to prepare defenses against specific pathogens. They do this by mimicking a natural infection, getting the threatening organism into the body, but in a form the immune system can easily fight off. A vaccine may be filled with bacteria or viruses that have been weakened in the laboratory or killed outright. It may contain chemically defined toxins released by the organisms, or it may contain just pieces of a pathogen, the antigens, that cover the surface of a microbe and mark it as foreign to the immune system. It's the unique antigens of a given organism that the immune system will file away for the future reference. In the meantime, when you get the vaccine, your body mounts an immune response you don't even feel. Among the many antibody producing immune cells, called B cells, contained in the blood are some whose antibodies match the antigen introduced by the vaccine. The antibodies coat the foreign material, marking it as an invader. While the immune cells multiply and secrete more matching antibody, other immune cells eat the invaders and carry their antigens to show ally cells. As the threat dies down, some of the immune cells turn into memory cells, capable of reproducing and on short notice churning out more matched antibody should the same threat return. Vaccination campaigns designed to protect not just individuals but whole population as well. Once a critical proportion of a community has been vaccinated, even those too vulnerable to receive the vaccine because of a comprised immune system, for example, are safe from the disease. They simply won't be exposed to it. Thanks for watching.